It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we'll see Hayden Hurst. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Panthers and the Falcons, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Today we've got an NFC South matchup as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. They've gone a full half season since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. This taken in right around the goal line.
Holding, receiving team.
It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
Down.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visiting Panthers who came away with the victory in that one. So now they look to take the season series here at home in Charlotte. Second down and 8.
Ready.
Here is Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So, roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around. And we know they'll be here before you know it.
368.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Now he's free to midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more an hour. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Dalton. And he's taken in by Hurst. And they're going to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. But they also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Ready, go. Ready.
Now Patterson to start the drive.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They'll go again with Patterson.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Ritter from the gun.
Oh, it stays up. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get him the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return.
And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Dalton sets up play action. That's going to be caught. It's Chenot. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. And Dalton to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. The Panthers hit 12-1 now to start play. They've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 12-yard line.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
This is again good from Pinheiro. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Out of the gun, a run with Patterson.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That is caught.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Handoff running left, Patterson.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
See the athleticism there of Brian Burns stopping him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On second.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked for him, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. It's caught. Smith. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
This offense gets set for a new series. We take a look at Laviska Shenault leading him out.
Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
93, 52, 93.
Here's Dalton. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And it will be Falcon football.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And this will be a Falcons 1st down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons first down as the tackle is made at the 28-yard line.
Ready, set.
Going play action. Ritter. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Ready?
Ritter off the play fake. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. D.J. Johnson in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Arnold Ebiketie gets there for the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The previous play, they really got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Dalton here from the gun. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Panthers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. But the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Ritter on 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one.
Ritter to throw it. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons first down as he's inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. On play action, here's Ritter.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And the pressure gets to him again.
Multiple defenders in there to bring him down as this quarter comes to an end.
So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Plenty to look forward to in that early window. One being a noontime start up in Green Bay. A big one for the Packers as they'll face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The 4 o'clock games have some intrigue as well, especially up in Buffalo, where it'll be the Bills taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And finally, Sunday Night Football. They've got a good one lined up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. Each team making their final preparations for this second half. We're about ready too, as we'll send you back up to Charlotte and rejoin Brandon and Charles at Bank of America Stadium.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack.
They'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
93, 52, 93, 44. Press up.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard.
Breaks the tackle, now Allen. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Right back to Hubbard. Down at the 25.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A give up the middle. Hubbard shoves him aside. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And we'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll give this to Hubbard running right. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On the give, this is Hubbard. And he's going to ball his way in for the Panthers score. Chuba Hubbard. That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Well, the Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Right. Check pink. Opposite. Green.
Patterson running between the tackles. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Ritter throwing on 3rd down. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at him.
And you'd have to figure, he got the ball quite a bit last drive. You see the numbers, that now they're looking to chew some clock. He's going to get it even more here.
I would think so, because they have momentum going in their direction. They moved the ball that way on their last drive, and you know they're trying to lock this game down. But also, don't be surprised if they mix in a few passes along the way as well, so they can't just totally key on him on this drive.
Interesting. We'll see if that happens. Either way, looking to hold this lead. Let's see if they can do it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And they'll go again here with Hubbard.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps, because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Hubbard is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team. Far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
3rd and short, Ritter.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
D.J. Johnson in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
On the handoff, it's Hubbard.
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Panthers
They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but
Ritter has it knocked down.
And it's picked up by the Panthers. And first and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position. The defense gets in the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal.
They'll run here with Hubbard.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Ritter. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Ritter will set up to throw it. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Back to throw, Ritter. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And they'll start on the ground with Hubbard. Pushes him over.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Holding offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They'll toss this right side to Hubbard.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for Carolina, they can